I recently revisited two books that absolutely changed the game for how I think about building and growing an online business. One is Donald Miller's Building a Story Brand, and the other is Noah Kagan's $1 Million Weekend. I'm Alex, and for the past 3.5 years, I've been delivering webinars almost every week. And before that, I created and implemented the strategy that led to $500,000 in revenue from selling courses and masterminds. I'm going to break down how these two books play off each other and why they matter so much, especially if you're someone trying to turn your knowledge or passion into real income. At first, these books seem like they're from two totally different worlds. One's all about messaging, and the other is all about execution. But when you put them together, it's like getting a GPS and a full tank of gas. You get direction and momentum. If you're a course creator, a coach, a consultant, or even just a content creator trying to get your business off the ground, or maybe out of a rut, then this is for you. So here's the truth. Most of us, when we start a business, we make it all about us, our credentials, our origin story, our fancy logos, and our clever taglines. Donald Miller called this out hard. He said, if you confuse, you lose. And that stuck with me. He flips the script and says, your customer is the hero of the story, not you. You are just the guide. You're the Obi-Wan, and they are Luke. Your job is to help them win, not impress them with how much you know. In building your story brand, Donald Miller lays out this 7-part story framework, and it goes like this. Your customer has a problem. They meet you, the guide. You give them a plan, call them to action, and show what success looks like and what failure to avoid. That's it. That's the whole game. And when I started applying this to my own messaging, making the customer the center of the story, well, my emails, my sales pages, and content, it started clicking with people like never before. He also talks about the internal problem, the emotional driver behind the purchase. People buy feelings, not features. And that clicked big time. Okay, one more thing I loved. He reminds you to show the stakes. Let your audience know what's at risk if they don't act and what life could look like if they do or don't. It's not a scare tactic. It's storytelling, and it adds urgency in a way that's genuine. All of this hits especially hard for folks like you and me, course creators and coaches, because we do know a lot of stuff. But sometimes we overwhelm people trying to teach too much or sell them on features instead of outcomes. Building a story brand showed me that your message needs to be simple, clear, and focused on what the customer wants and feels. Then there's Noah Kagan, who comes in with the just freaking go energy that we all need. In his book, $1 Million Weekend, this is basically a slap in the face to every perfectionist instinct that we have. Honestly, it's the antidote to perfectionism. He says the real magic isn't in the planning, it's the execution. Launch something, even if it's messy, and learn as you go from actual paying customers, not your own assumptions. The big lesson I took from Noah is that speed creates momentum. Too many creators wait until everything's polished before they put something out, and I was guilty of that too. But Noah says the fastest way to know if your idea is any good is to get a paying customer. Not a like, not a DM, a paying customer. Money is the feedback and the proof. Boom, now you've got something interesting to build on. He pushes you to launch an MVP, which stands for Minimum Viable Product. It's the scrappy, stripped down version of your offer that still solves a real problem. For example, if you're building an online course, your MVP might be to first do a live workshop. If you're selling a coaching program, your MVP might be to first do a paid 60-minute session. So get it out fast, sell it, and then use that customer feedback to build your next or final version. One more thing I picked up from Noah is the idea of tiny experiments. And basically, what that means is to just try stuff, test your offer in small ways and see what clicks. And once something starts working, double down on it. Don't keep jumping to the next shiny tactic. Milk the one that's already showing promise. So when you put building a story brand and $1 million weekend together, something powerful happens. I realized that they both actually reinforce each other. They both believe in putting the customer first. Donald Miller says your messaging should be centered around your customer's goals, emotions, and journey. Noah Kagan says your business idea should start with a customer pain point, something real that people are struggling with that they gladly pay to fix. So when I realized they were both basically screaming the same thing, they're both basically screaming, focus on the customer from different angles. Okay. That's when it clicked for me. They're also both obsessed with simplicity. Donald Miller wants your message simple enough that a distracted stranger can read it in 2 seconds and know exactly what you do. Noah Kagan wants your offer simple enough that you can launch it in a weekend. Strip out the fluff, keep the focus, make it easy to buy, and more important, easy to build. Let me give you a quick example to bring this home. Imagine that you are a fitness coach. Instead of building an entire course with fancy videos, you define the problem that your client has. They're tired, inconsistent, and overwhelmed by workouts that don't fit their lifestyle. So, your story brand style message becomes I help busy professionals feel stronger and more energized with 15-minute workouts that actually fit into their day. You see what I did there? Now, using the $1 million weekend playbook, instead of recording 50 hours of content for this course, you throw together a 2-part live Zoom class or webinar. You charge $97 for it, and you email your list and post it on your social media. You get 5 people to sign up. That's $485, and more importantly, it's a test. You're going to learn which parts of your program land, which don't, and you collect testimonials. Now you know what to turn into a full course or what to repeat monthly. It's fast, it's real, and it's rooted in your customer's story, not your ego. So if I could challenge you to do just 2 things this week, it'd be this. First, write your one-liner. Something like, I help this type of person achieve this result by using this method. You keep this short, you keep it clear, and don't use any buzzwords. Second thing you should do, launch something tiny. Offer a paid 1-hour webinar training session. Sell a mini workshop. Post a landing page and ask for signups. This doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to exist. Get it in front of people and see what happens. Now remember, clarity without action is just a nice idea, and action without clarity, well, that's just noise. But when you combine the two, that's when things get fun. So an easy way to get started is with my webinar funnel prompt guide. I took the advice from both of these books and created it for you. This is 13 of my best prompts based on my 3.5 years of experience delivering webinars. So put together, these ChatGPT prompts will build your entire webinar funnel for you in a weekend. The link is in the description. So you've got everything you need. You don't need $1 million business to get started. You just need your first win. Start with the clear message, launch something imperfect on purpose, and learn as you go. That's the combo that helped me, and I promise it can help you too. That's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.